Hi everyone.
Hello.
Hey.
大家好.
Hola chicos.
What's up, guys?
Hello.
Chacha, ¿cómo están?
Hi everyone.
Hey.
Hi everyone.
Hello. Hi guys.
Hello.
大家好.
Hey everyone.
Hello. 大家好.
Hi everyone. Hey everyone. Hello.
I got my bachelor's degree in kinesiology with an emphasis in physical therapy, and soon I'm going to be starting graduate school to get my doctor of physical therapy degree.
I'm a second-year business economics major because I plan to become a billionaire in the future.
I'm a current first year at UCLA and I'm a computer science and linguistics major.
I am currently a psychology major.
The funniest filming memory for me was probably when we filmed Treasure 13. So I had these damaged denim jeans. They were like very, very damaged. What colleges do is you get a little bit fatter, you get a little bit chubbier. I think my thighs got a little bit thicker. So then during this one move in Treasure 13 where we had to get down and do this move, the entire right side of my leg, all the ribs kind of just, I heard, and then everything connected. So if you watch the cover carefully, you'll see that the ribs on my right side starts becoming bigger and bigger, and then all of a sudden you see white tapes wrapping my right leg. That's because in the middle of the filming I was so done with it, and then Bao helped me. Bao had medical tape at the time and helped me tape up the pants so that it wouldn't flop around and flap around.
I think one particular incident that happened to me that I still kind of chuckle at when I see this cover is Wiki Mickey Crush, because there's a part in the cover, if you watch carefully, where we're all dancing and then you just see me sprint off screen for no reason while everyone else is still dancing. My person that I was covering required me to get from point A to point B, which are opposite sides of the screen, in like 4 counts. So my bright idea was, let me think of a way to get there in 4 counts without having to go this way. So my idea was to sprint off screen and then go behind the cameraman and get to point B in 4 counts. But clearly that's not possible because I can barely get from point A to point B like this. But at the time I thought that was such a smart idea. Yeah, it's not smart.
The funniest filming for me was probably Clap by 17, because if you watch the cover, you can see we kind of have many bloopers at the end of the video where everyone was just like joking around a lot, but we still got the filming done efficiently. So I think everyone had a lot of fun with filming.
During male BTS on cover, I was part of the backup dancers, and during the bridge part where Jungkook or Kajun starts singing, like there's like 2 lines next to him and he's in the middle, and I'm in the most left line and I'm like the first person, so I'm like seen with Kajun. So I'm like slowly walking, and for some reason I have like the sudden urge to like laugh, but like there's like no reason to laugh. So I'm just like really holding in my laughter, and like I keep thinking like I shouldn't laugh, but like for some reason like that thought itself made me laugh more. And like I was also like in front of me, it was Huni, who was like holding the speakers next to Sarah, who was filming, and like the way he was holding it was also like really, really cute and like really funny, so that made me laugh even more. And like that cut also made it into the cover, which was the second version of the BTS male on cover.
In my free time, I like to draw. I've been really into digital art lately. I like to write sometimes, and I've been playing a lot of Animal Crossing.
In addition to dancing, I've also really been into playing video games recently.
I'm a big reader. 4 years ago I started to do this thing with myself, which is I read 3 books a month. And when I read my books, I do a lot of audiobooks actually. When I listen to my books, I take notes, and then I put all those notes onto my blog, so I have monthly book summaries, like book notes.
If I'm not dancing, I'm either practicing karate, watching something BTS related, playing Animal Crossing, drawing, or swimming.
My alt group as of right now would be ATEEZ. My favorite K-pop group is NCT, and my ultimate bias is Janie.
My ultimate group is Stray Kids from JYP, and my ultimate bias is Felix Lee from Stray Kids.
ITZY. I can't get ITZY out of my mind.
I like them for breakfast.
Most of the time I make scrambled, but a good boiled egg from time to time is so good, like soft boiled.
Back in home in China, my family makes really good tea eggs. So like boiled eggs in tea leaves in the soy sauce, and I think that's my favorite.
I like them cooked in a solar oven, and here's a picture.
My favorite movie is definitely Spirited Away, and my favorite TV show is The Good Place.
Generally, I really enjoy thriller or horror genre. For example, the Jordan Peele movies like Us, Get Out. Oh, those are so good.
One Piece. I'm actually currently watching it right now because it shows a lot of. It's not only has good action, but it's also very silly, quirky, funny. You just kind of always root for those characters because they really click together as like a team.
Jungkook from BTS, his passion and his drive for excelling in all the areas that he's interested in is just really inspiring.
I'm really inspired by the other two Megastuff first years, Julia and Joy. First because I met them during a crazy thing called Casa Dance Off. And I don't know how we got through that together. But second of all, because I've seen them improve from Dance Off until now, and it pushes me to keep on working harder and do the same.
Admiro mucho a Keone y Mari Madrid, ya que tienen una gran trayectoria.
For a lot of times, after practices and filmings, I went to the Sotel area to eat with Koreos, like the Sotel area in LA. And there are some restaurants that I really like. They are Killer Noodle, Chinchi Korean, and Suchita.
So my favorite post-filming food is barbecue. Yeah. And my favorite restaurant is Agashi. It's my favorite restaurant. I still remember the first time my teammates took me to that place. I fell in love with that place. The food there is so good. If you guys are in LA, you have to check that restaurant.
Okay, so after filming, I get intense cravings for like boba. Boba's a necessity first of all, but then the next thing, I usually get some type of noodle. Like we go to Marugame a lot because I always crave like shrimp tempura. But then once we tried like Tsujita killer noodle, which is in Sawtell too, and okay, that changed my life. Like the peanut sauce taste and then like the broth together with the noodles, so good. But yeah, we usually go somewhere in Sawtell. We get a boba and then something else. But yeah, it's so good. I'm craving it right now, honestly.
My favorite food after filming is probably BCD Tofu House because some hot soup and some spicy tofu always makes 2 a.m. post-filming times better.
There are so many reasons why Black Swan is my favorite cover. The song is beautiful, the choreography is beautiful, it's BTS, RM solo part's really fun to do. We got to film twice at a studio with cool lighting and then in a mall, which was kind of scary. But this was the first cover where I started to feel like I was truly a part of Koreos.
I have a lot of, not a lot, but a few covers that I really like. The one I can think of right now is Lavi and Rose because I really liked everyone's costumes, and there was a part where like it was really satisfying to see the formations, and it was like really straight, and like I really like seeing that, and like there were a lot of parts that were like really satisfying to watch from everyone, so I think that's like my most favorite cover.
When I think of my favorite covers, there's always two covers that come to mind. First one is Super Junior Black Suit, because I don't even need to explain it, just watch the cover because my lip syncing is on point. I watched the live stages and like I tried to memorize every single movement that like Yesung did. Like he sang a high note facing this way, and then the next ad-lib he was facing this way, and then on count 3 he lifts his head up and then down. Like I try to study every single movement, and I think I did a very good job in that cover. And the second cover that I like a lot is Sunmi Siren. There were 5 of us in that cover. It was Genesis, me, Hans, Joyce, and Kylie. And we all rotated the Sunmi part, so we each were Sunmi at one part of the song. And I just think that all 5 of us killed our solo parts. Like, everyone did amazing. Everyone nailed their solo parts. I think everyone stood out in that cover. Oh, and also, that was like one of the first covers I've ever led. So I feel very proud and satisfied to see how good the outcome of that cover is. And even to this day, I have some friends and people telling me that like Sunmi Siren is like one of their favorite covers. And that just makes me so proud.
The favorite cover I've ever been in was our public dance of TXT's Cat and Dog.
I would like to travel to Sydney, Australia one day.
The place I'd like to travel beside Korea, I think it's gonna be Paris. Paris is a really artistic city, and there are many good movies are filmed at that place. That is one of the biggest reasons I want to go to the city, because I'm really big film lover.
I would like to travel to China.
The place that I would like to go to the most right now would be the Bahamas, because I've been staying at home a lot due to the quarantine, so I would just really like to go out into the world and enjoy the beaches. And I also heard that they have pigs at the beaches, which I think is just super cool, and I would also really like to try snorkeling as well.
A song that I've always wanted to cover is Wave by ETs, and I know it's a little bit biased, but I've always wanted to do like a cute, bright concept, and like with summer coming, I want to do a song with like a beachy vibe.
Yes, Girls, 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 GOT7. Yeah.
A song I would really want to cover is EXO's Love Shot, because I just really love the song. It is so catchy, and I always wanted to learn the choreo as well.
Me gustan mucho las coreos de Sistar de Jering, entonces si completo todas sus coreos creo que estaría feliz.
Listen to this mega stuff.
Mega
Mega stuff Koreos.